Our next guest is an Emmy Award-winning writer who you know from her work on Saturday Night Live and the movie Wine Country. Her show, Bless the Hearts, airs on Sunday nights on Fox. Let's take a look.
There she is, the Paula Abdullah of Greenpoint.
And the newest member of the Carolina Panther cheerleading squad. How'd the audition go?
You guys, I'm sure I didn't get it. Some of those girls have danced on cruise ships.
Hush, Jenny, you're getting the hell out of Greenpoint. You'll spend a year or two as a Panthers girl, then go the J-Lo route. Seduce a music producer, make a mint for all of us, then star in an epic flop with Ben Affleck and come out even stronger.
And once you make the team, I'm coming with because you're going to need an entourage. You know, like that HBO show, Arliss.
Please welcome back to the show our very good friend, Emily Spivey. How you doing, Spives?
Hi, I'm doing so good. Seth, it's so good to see you.
It
oh
is
my God.
so good to see you as well. We started on the same day at SNL in 2001, and I will, you know, if you don't like watching two people reminisce, you know, flip over to somewhere else because we had great years together. But I'm wondering if you, of watching the show this year, if you wish that you'd been writing there during this election cycle or dreading it.
Ooh, I have mixed feelings. I mean, how do you feel? I felt relieved that I could just watch it because, as you know, you made T-shirts, Seth. It was called The Gauntlet. We did 10 episodes in 8 weeks, right?
Yeah, I think it was 10 episodes in 8 weeks because we were doing
and
the
I
weekend
and I
updates
of course
Thursdays.
was weirdly pregnant. It's not weird to be pregnant, but it felt weird to be pregnant during this time. And I had morning sickness and was just sitting there going, ooh, woo, woo. But at the same time, it was amazing because I remember sitting with Paula and Tina in that weird little tiny office on 9 watching Tina rehearse doing Sarah Palin. So it was like, you're part of history, but still, ooh.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they did 6 Saturdays in a row, I am not jealous of at all, but I really do think they did an incredible job. And
you were a hero, Seth. You really, listen to me. You deserve, Emmy should be raining down on you for the work you did on that. I mean, come on.
We talk a lot about Second Chance Theater with my old cohorts of the show.
Yes.
What are some of your worst, most delicious bombs under the bleachers with Lorne?
Oh my God, there's almost too many to count.
What was Chicken McNugs?
Well, Chicken McNugs was, it was Matt Dillon was the host, and he was sort of a hotshot boyfriend to Rachel Dratch, who was sort of playing like a little, a girl with lots of cats and scented candles who couldn't get a boyfriend. So he broke up with her in a miserable way. So then she just hauls it to McDonald's and buys 500,000 chicken nuggets, all sauces, and it became a musical. All right. I've never seen Lorne so angry. He said, it was one of those things where he was so upset. And by the way, I was upset too. I don't blame Lorne. But he threw the headsets on the floor. Mm-hmm. Again, I don't blame him. And then I was like, okay, I'm out. I walked to the elevators. First, I walked up to Maya's office, got my backpack and my coat, went down to the street, held up my little hand, was about to get a cab, and then I got a call, Lorne wants to see you. So I went back up and he apologized. But still, I felt terrible. Like the whole thing was a disaster. But I don't know. That was the worst thing. It's a really sad story. Happy birthday, Lorne, by the way. I hope you had a good birthday.
It should be noted. It is intensely stressful to be underneath the bleachers with Lorne.
Oh
you
my
mentioned
God.
a headset. He is wearing a headset that is plugged directly into the monitor.
Yes.
So that he can get just like mainline the sketch into his ears.
Yeah. So he's hearing it and I'm kind of not hearing it. And and then David Mack Wilson was another sketch where Rachel Dratch played a little boy and Lorne, and it was like she played a child actor, and it was real quiet. And Lorne turned to me in the middle of it and he was like, this is almost Brechtian in a withering way. And I was like, I don't really even know what that means, but I know it's not good. I mean, I know Brecht. But anyway, so there was just a lot of
Yeah.
so many hot farts under that bleachers because the nerves. It was terrible.
It should note, lest anybody should doubt, that you also had monster hits in your time in the show.
Seth, you're so
you
sweet.
and Maya were friends of the Groundlings. You wrote Donatella Versace, and
God.
and I mentioned to you I ran into her recently, and I only I had no awareness of her until you did this sketch, and she was very complimentary. She enjoyed it.
Yeah, she did. She had a very good sense of humor. As I think Europeans have better sense of humors about themselves, like she thought it was very funny and adored Maya. She gave us both very expensive watches, which one I still have, but I can't wear it because it's bananas looking. By the way, Hugh Grant, I mean, can you stand it? He is so cute.
One thing that I know you've used some of your writing for and some of the rejected sketches, and I've talked to Amy Poehler about this, Tina Fey about this. There is a text chain of women who worked on the show that I was lucky enough to cross over with, and you guys did a Zoom talent show with your children that is already legendary.
Is it? I wish it was. Yeah, my son Ro won that talent show. He did a very confusing sketch that I had written for Steve Martin and Seth. It was such a Spivey special. I don't mean to talk about myself in third person, but it was called, are you looking for a rockin' good time with stick to your ribs, grub, and entertainment? We need to get yourself down to rockin' R's and Captain T, smoking ribs and stuff and blues and such. So the idea was just this ridiculous restaurant where you you ate mashed potatoes out of an old boot, or you poked a donkey in the eye. Like, it was just stupid. And Ro went on and read all these crazy lines to a group of amazing, how did I even get in this group? Andrea Martin, Tina Fey, Paula Pell, John Hamm, and he was amazing. And he won the talent show according to all the Tanglets, which is what we call the Tang kids.
Now, it
Little
should be noted,
Tanglets.
the Tang is...
It is a text chain that I have with Paula Pell, Tina Fey, Anna Gasteyer, Rachel Dratch, Maya Rudolph, and me. Who am I leaving out? Amy Poehler.
It's a pretty good group of people.
It's the funnest. I don't know what I would do without it. I would not get through this turd hoagie that is 2020 without the Tang.
The funnest. There you are being Brechtian again.
Oh, so Brechtian. He was so withering when he said that. I was like, can I kill myself?
I remember you and Amy at the read-through table were close enough that you could pass notes. I was right next to Dratch. Dratch and I were note sharers.
Yes.
And it was a great gift because those were the most stressful times of the week.
Oh my God, horrible. Yeah.
How was were your note passing days with Poehler wonderful?
Oh my God, they were so wonderful. Constantly. Also, Seth, next time I'm on, or maybe at my funeral, when you're speaking at my funeral, I'll read because we used to pass notes too, but my favorite note that Poehler ever passed me was, I think, Colin Jost used to come in looking like he'd run through sprinklers all the way to 30 Rock. And his hair was soaking, that beautiful head of hair, soaking wet.
Yeah.
Like, Josty, what the hell are you doing? Anyway, but he came in sopping wet. It was like a Jost wet t-shirt contest because he just had on a white shirt. You could see his nips and his chest hair. And then me and Poehler were like, oh. And then Poehler passed me a note that said, I like Josty in the arm area.
I don't know. I feel like somebody should read that at Joe's funeral.
Listen, maybe we'll be buried together. You know what? Seth, is Jost okay? Because I'm worried.
Why are you worried?
Because can he find a girlfriend? How is his career going?
Oh, I don't know if you've heard. He's doing excellent.
Right. Tell me what's going on. Oh, please, Jost. Are you okay, baby?
I think he's doing just fine. And I also, even in that clip, we heard some of our friends, obviously in Bless the Hearts, that was Kristen, that was Maya, and I know you have some great guest voices coming up this year as well.
Oh my God, we have so many. We have Holly Hunter. We have Mary Steenburgen, who is my heart. We have John Hamm. John Hamm, which is one of my favorite Seth sketches. We have Sal Volcano from Impractical
Yeah, the
Jokers.
Jokers.
I'm obsessed with Impractical Jokers. Obsessed. Who else do we have? Natasha Leone and Fred Armisen.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, Spivey, needless to say, it is always wonderful seeing you. You're the best, and
So are
I love you.
Seth Lee. I love you too, babe. Oh my God, Seth, I love you and I love this show. Will you put this on the show? You got me through 2020.
You're too
I
kind.
seriously, your closer looks and everything else, it's like the voice of reason. I love you so much.
I'll see you on the other side, Spive.
All right.
Bless the Hearts airs Sundays on Fox.